What is up, guys? California Phantom here. Let's talk about those Rebel 107 pilots and the FAA's inability to stop them.
General, behind you!
So, of course, I'm not talking about those rebels. I'm talking about the 107 pilots that don't play by the rules. I don't know about you other 107 pilots out there, but I'm running into an issue more and more, and that is the lack of knowledge from the client and the fact that these rogue pilots come in and they shoot these shots that are completely illegal. What I mean by this is the client comes in, they hire someone like myself to perform a shoot for their property, for their business. A lot of it usually is involving businesses, and they want to do shots that are straight out illegal. They're asking me to directly fly over crowds of people. They want me to fly down a busy intersection at low speeds in the middle of the afternoon during rush hour. These are obvious things 107 pilots already know cannot legally be done, but instead of being able to craft a shoot that's going to look close to what they want, they flat out hire another pilot willing to do it. This presents a number of issues, starting with the pilot that they hire that's willing to do this shoot more than likely doesn't even have a 107 license. The other issue is obviously safety. The FAA has placed these laws, these particular laws, flying over people, flying over vehicles on a road. These are obvious things. People traveling in cars are not suitable cover. You gotta be able to fly to the side of a major busy road. You gotta be able to fly over buildings. You can't be flying over people. Normally I wouldn't really have an issue with this, but unfortunately it's creating a domino effect. Local law enforcement does not uphold federal law. The FAA has laid the foundation, set the laws, but does not enforce them. I believe more people are shooting illegal or violations of FAA standards and guidelines for drones. They're violating these things when creating infomercials, other materials for these businesses, and it's hurting pilots like myself who uphold the rules and uphold the laws, and it all really falls on the FAA. The FAA seems to care more about posted YouTube videos, things that are online, than actually things that are going on in the local level. It sort of forces me into this mental conundrum of, do I continue to follow all of the rules, the guidelines that the FAA has laid out for me as a 107 pilot, or do I continue to bend the rules in the hopes and effort to continue to get employment? This is the biggest problem I have. It's not something that happens all that often. Maybe 1 out of every 20 shoots I may lose because the client wants something that just isn't legal and they hire somebody else to perform it. The problem is the only way to report these violations is in a report form, and nothing ever comes of these reports. When you try and contact local law enforcement, they tell you they're not going to uphold the federal law. There's nothing in their particular ordinances or in their local city level about what to do or laws that they're maybe violating. So the local police don't do anything about it. The federal government, the FAA, they don't do anything about it. So really, I'm in sort of a catch-22 situation. Do I continue to follow the rules, the guidelines that the FAA has laid before me as a 107 pilot? Or do I become a rogue pilot and start bending and flexing the rules further in the effort for more income? In a way, I'm making this video as sort of a rant video, an anger video. It's not something that happens all the time. Maybe 1 out of every 20 clients I may lose to a situation similar to this. It just frustrates me to no end to know that some guy, probably unlicensed, but even if he is licensed, he's doing things radically illegal. And then if something does happen, an injury occurs, he causes an accident, guess what happens? More laws are put in place, more FAA laws are put in place, and that comes down on the legal, law-abiding drone pilot. The purpose of this video is to reach out to the FAA. Hopefully they can create a better system, hopefully a hotline, a phone number that an individual can call. They used to have a phone number. That phone number now only refers you to a website that allows you to fill out a complaint form in long form on the internet, on electronic that nobody ever does anything with anyways. So I'm hoping if you guys are out there, FAA, if you're out there, you got to create a hotline, something for the general public, something for pilots maybe, to report other fellow pilots that are just doing reckless and illegal acts, both commercially and for the hobby. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Drop me a comment down below letting me know if you've lost a job to one of these crazy drone pilots, licensed or hobbyist. Maybe you're a hobbyist, you're witnessing other pilots flying crazy, flying over people, flying over festivals. You don't know how to report them and the police aren't doing anything. I'm curious what your thoughts are. Drop them down below. We'll catch you on the next adventure.